Hey there fellow webmasters, Christian from RackNerd, and today we are diving into the world of Xampp and learning how to install WordPress on Windows locally. Now, before we jump into the nitty-gritty of the installation process, let's quickly recap what Xampp is if you haven't checked it out in our recent video titled What is Xampp? I highly recommend giving it a watch before you dive into this one. But in a nutshell, Xampp is a free and open source cross-platform web server solution stack, simplifying the process of setting up local server environments for web development. It is a fantastic tool, and you'll see why in just a moment. So why use Xampp for hosting websites locally? Well, first off, it is an all-in-one package that includes Apache, MySQL, PHP, and Perl. Essentially everything you need to run a web server on your local machine that is required to run a WordPress site. This makes it a breeze to develop and test websites before pushing them live. It is a time saver, a game changer, and an absolute essential tool for any web developer. Now let's get down to business, the step-by-step guide on how to install WordPress on Windows using Xampp. But before we begin, make sure that you have a Windows local machine or a Windows server already set up so that you can follow along with this tutorial. If you haven't already, check out our previous video on how to order a VPS hosting at RackNerd and just choose Windows. Now, let me go ahead and share my screen with you here, and let's get started with the tutorial. Okay, so I'm on my screen here, and for the sake of this tutorial, I will be using a Windows server from RackNerd as I already modified some stuff in my original local machine, and I don't want Xampp to ruin them. So I'm going to log into my Windows server or VPS credentials with the remote desktop connection in my local machine. And as mentioned, if you need a Windows server like I have here, just head over to racknerd.com and order a Windows VPS hosting. You'll receive your credentials to your email box in no time. Now let's go ahead and proceed. The first step is to head over to the official Xampp website at apachefriends.org and download the latest version. Once the download is complete, run the installer and follow the on-screen instructions. It should be a straightforward process, so don't worry, you'll be up and running in no time. Next, after you successfully install Xampp, if you are prompted to disable UAC from Windows, just go ahead and do so, then launch the control panel and start both the Apache and MySQL services. These are the core components that will make your local server environment ready for WordPress. Next, head over to the official WordPress website at wordpress.org and download the latest version. Once downloaded, extract the files into the htdocs folder within your Xampp installation directory. This is where your local websites will be hosted. In my case, extract the files under my C drive at c:/xampp/htdocs/WordPress on my Windows server. You can directly extract it along with other folders you see here. As long as you follow this video, it will automatically be extracted with a WordPress folder. Since I created a new WordPress folder under the htdocs folder, I will have to move my files to the right WordPress folder, as you can see here, and delete the last one, which is already empty. Now open your web browser and navigate to localhost/phpMyAdmin. Here, create a new database for your WordPress installation. Remember the database name, as you will need it during the WordPress setup. I'm just going to write it on a notepad on my end. Open your web browser and go to localhost/WordPress or your WordPress files folder, and then follow the on-screen instructions to set up your WordPress configuration. Here, provide the database name, username, and password you just created in phpMyAdmin. Let me just copy mine from my notepad here really quick. Once the installation is complete, you should now be able to access your WordPress dashboard within our Windows machine or server locally. And congratulations! And there you have it. You have successfully installed WordPress on Windows locally using Xampp. Wasn't that easy? Now you have a fully functional environment for developing and testing your websites before taking them live. So if you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tutorials like this one. And for reliable web hosting solutions and additional tutorials, visit RackNerd.com and check out the RackNerd TV YouTube channel. We've got you covered for all your web hosting needs. Until next time, enjoy developing your WordPress sites locally and let me know what you think about Xampp in the comments down below. Talk soon.